Yeah, man, that's a whole journey in itself, and it's a process, bro. And it's something that you have to take day by day, which I'm learning. Like, it's easy to focus on the long term goal to your detriment, right? Because if you just focus on the end goal, you're gonna lose sight of your journey, right? You're gonna lose sight of the valuable lessons that are right in front of you, that you go through each and every day, that you experience each and every day, right? That's, it's part of your growth to experience life and to tackle or to be exposed to temptations, be exposed to adversities. Like that's life. Like that's the journey of life. And there's beauty in that because you grow from it. After every experience, after every sort of trial that you go through, and you hope that you learn from it, right? If not, maybe a second time or a third time, but at some point you would wish that you would learn from your mistakes or learn from your experiences and further grow from there. I feel like that's a good sort of perspective on life to have, is to always want more for yourself and for those closest to you, for those around you, for those that support you. Yeah, that's important. But they say on this journey is the journey to success is a lonely journey. And there is some truth to that. I suppose, I feel like it's important to understand that you do have a choice within that. Like, you don't have to sort of keep everybody close to you, which is what I used to struggle with. But, just because I feel like I'm naturally a loyal person. And I'm learning to be most loyal to myself first and foremost, and then let everything else trickle out from that. But yeah, I just noticed like I attach easy to people and I connect with people pretty easily, and to my detriment at times. But I mean, you learn, you live and you learn. Like I've learned from experience with dealing with people over the years and attaching myself to people or connecting with people and allowing my emotions or my attachments to sort of, welcome them in, so to speak. And that isn't always pretty. there's some risk, I suppose, within that. But I mean, you learn from experiences, and I feel like as long as your actions are backed by good intention, by positive intention, because good could still be like a relative term, like subjective to you. Good for you could be bad for somebody else. So I mean, I suppose moral values and character comes into play when you talk about that, or when you try to dive deeper into that. But yeah, I mean, I try to dissect thoughts. I try to just really get into my most deepest thoughts and then dissect it. And that's sort of what I do on here. I just hit the record button and I share it with you guys. But I hope that it could benefit you guys or help you guys or open up a perspective for you guys in some way. You know what I mean? I feel like that's an important step to take when progressing in life, when standing up as your own individual and your own being, right? And not following your friends or not following your parents' wishes or whatever the case may be, kind of standing on your own 2 feet, like 10 toes down, and just really being true to yourself, right? That's a tough challenge in life. And that's one of the toughest challenges in life, to stand on your own, right? To really understand how you feel about things, really be grounded with who you are as a person, as a being, as an individual, all the above. People turn to faith a lot. People turn to faith to comfort them in that journey. And I was faithful growing up as a kid. I believed in God. I still believe in God. I was raised Catholic, and went to CCD, did the communion. And, I really just learned about religion through Christianity, through Catholicism. And I mean, growing up, it was interesting. Like, I was really interested in hearing it. And my family was very religious, my mom's side and my dad's side, but my mom's side did the rosary, did all that stuff, and Christmas time and stuff. And so I was really in the culture within that. And it was cool. It brought unity, it brought peace, it brought hope, within our household, within our family. So I think that was a good foundation to build from, for sure. But as I got older, I strayed, I slowly became a product of my own thoughts and my own perspective on life. I slowly started to think for myself, really, and really ask myself questions like, okay, like, this, like, if we talk about religion, I would ask myself questions like the reason for, right, the reason why we have religion and what it did to me, how it made me feel, and try to relate that to how it makes other people feel, right? But everybody's different. Everybody receives things differently. But I think religion universally affects people in a positive way in building themselves up and having a strong moral character and all that stuff that religion brings to the table, as well as all the bad stuff, what I'm saying, corruption. And it was created by man, and naturally it'd be flawed. So you're going to have flaws and holes within religion. And I think it's important to admit that. A lot of times people are scared to question their beliefs and how they were raised in tradition. A lot of times people are afraid because maybe there's no other direction to go down, or maybe that's all they know. That's all they are able to think on, you know what I mean? And more power to you, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But for me, I feel like stepping outside the box in most things in life and trying to look at things differently is important, because it gives you the perspective. It gives you a different understanding, which you could toss to the side. Like, you don't have to take that, you know what I mean? Like, you can think of it, and if it doesn't make sense to you, you can continue with your traditions, how you were raised and things like that. But for me, I have to question it, bro, especially it just being a part of this world, a part of this reality that we're in. I feel like it being a part of it, along with many other things that are evil, if you will, that are bad, that are just evil in this world, man. It's evident that our world has evil and that our world has good, and that there's certain aspects of this life that are just, they're just, what I mean, they just exist. And what that is, I mean, that's the bigger question to ask, but who knows? You know what I mean? I don't think we'll ever know in this life, but what those forces are that control the universe and that brought us to life, you know what I mean, that gave us consciousness, all those questions, like, it's cool to ponder on and to think about and to imaginate, or to create an imagination about. But I feel like a definite answer is impossible. Maybe not impossible. Subjective to you, I suppose. Like, I've had experiences with ghosts. I've had experiences with, I don't know what you want to call it, entities or energy. Like, I've felt it, I've experienced it. So, I mean, I'm a believer in something past this, something outside of this reality. But you guys may not be, or you may be. I don't know. But it's to each his own. It's your own experience. But I could say I'm a believer because I've seen some stuff, bro. I've experienced some stuff that concrete evidence for me that, I mean, we call them ghosts. Ghosts exist, but what are ghosts? You know what I mean? That's like going down the rabbit hole, like, a different dimension, a different, I don't know what it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could be anything. Yeah, man, it's, we'll see where this journey takes us though. I mean, I just enjoy recording these, to be honest, and sharing it with you guys. And like I said, I'm a deep thinker, I'm a deep conversing, right? Converser. I think it's converser. Shout out Christian for putting me on game. But yeah, man, I like sharing with these videos with you guys. And bro, we all have experiences, man. We all have things that we've gone through that shape us and that give us perspective on life. And man, just sharing it and talking about it and relating on certain levels to myself, to other people, like, I think that's special, and I think that's the most special thing about a podcast, a conversation, at least, the way I'm going about it. There's many different types of podcasts, and you could do podcasts many different types of ways, but for me, deep conversation and deep talk, like, it is opening up, and there's a level of risk, like I say, but I mean, it's special, you know what I mean? You got to take the good with the bad. And yeah, see where it takes us. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you guys so much. Prepare for more videos to come. You know, I'm not really on a set schedule, but I work in it every day, and I think about ideas and stuff every day. So I'll get some videos out for you guys as soon as possible. You know, it's part of my priority list. You know, this is, like I say, it's for life. So stay tuned for the next video. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys are good, healthy, family's good, all that stuff. You know, from the bottom of my heart, I mean that genuinely. That's it. Stay tuned for the next video. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Peace. Yeah, man. Keeping the right people around you is important, man, and you got to figure that shit out. You got to figure out who are the right people for you, and I feel like one of the ways to do that is figure out what you want for yourself. You know what I mean? Understand yourself and understand your journey, your path, and the goals that you set for yourself, if any. And if not, I mean, to each his own. We're all going through this life trying to figure it out. We've all got demons. We've all got things that we battle on an everyday basis. You know, that's something that is evident in our society. You know, it's not easily talked about, nor is it easily understood. You know what I mean? Environmental factors, psychological factors, you know, all those things play a part in life, I guess, you know, and understanding life, the purpose of it. But I feel like that is something to be thought of, right? That is something to take time to really try to understand, I suppose, because I feel like there's a lot to gain from that. You know, I feel like there's a lot of positive and beneficial things to gain from trying to understand your purpose in life. And, you know, first, feeling like you have a purpose, right? Like, and what that purpose is, and surround that with goals and things that you want to add to your purpose, right, in a positive way. You know, things that will contribute to it. The people that will contribute to that. You know, I feel like living in a society, it's difficult to just shut off people. You know, unless you like that. You know, that's your personality, that's who you are, that's what you're most at peace with. Then more power to you. You know, for other individuals like myself who have always connected with people since a young age, man. Since I was in preschool, since my first, not even early way, bro. Since I was a baby, like just having older brothers, I feel contributed to that, or attributed to that. But you know, just from my first kindergarten or preschool, like I've had friends that I've called best friends, right? So I've really connected with kids at a young age, and or connected with people at a young age. Me being a kid, obviously. But that's something, man, I feel like, yeah, shit, that's what I'm trying to figure it out, man. When I say things are on the horizon, you know, I feel it because I am making the moves, right? I'm trying to play this game of life, this chessboard, that I'm trying to make the right moves and pieces to set me up, you know, and I'm at that point where I'm taking steps towards it. You know, I'm bettering myself, bettering my thoughts, bettering my perspective on life, bettering my understanding of my connections with people, understanding what it is, you know, and not creating this sort of image of it, you know. Obviously backed by half-truths, some truth, you know, but my experience with them. But, you know, a lot of my thoughts and a lot of my perspective on my connections with people and friendships and all that stuff, you know, I feel like a part of it is my imagination, you know what I mean? And I found myself kind of letting my thoughts drift on certain connections with people and kind of just coming to an understanding of it, by my definition, not really taking the entire picture into account and things like that, right? So it's half truths, but it's my truth. But at the same time, I'm leaving out context. You know, I'm leaving out, you know, other facts within this, like my connection with somebody, say, I'll only look at it from my perspective. Because a lot of it's emotionally charged for the most part, so a little bias there. But I feel like trying to understand that for me, man, because That's just a part of me, right? Connecting with people. That's has always been a part of me. Trying to find a balance with that, while at the same time, like, I gotta be the most loyal to myself, right? Like, I have to put forth my entirety in my own self, right? And the goals that I want to accomplish and the things that I could do in this world, bro. Like, the confidence that I have, right, and what I'm able to accomplish, if when I put my mind to things, when I set out to accomplish, that's that confidence is it's an interesting thing, I should say. It's a part of me, man, and I attribute a part of it, I suppose, to my family, my immediate family, my parents, my brothers, man. Like, they instilled confidence in me, regardless if they knew it or not, regardless if I knew it or not, or I understood it at the time. But it became a part of me, and along with the blessings in my life, man, like, I've been extremely blessed, and I'm extremely grateful for it, and I've always reminded myself of that. And with these blessings and with these good graces that I've been given in this life, I want to figure out a way, I suppose, or I just want to share that with other people. Maybe people less fortunate, just as fortunate, or even more fortunate than I am or was. But I feel like there's a lot to gain there, man. I suppose you find some sort of meaning in life, right? I mean, can't take it with you when you die. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like give everything that you have to this world and do right by people.